Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to disassemble a carburetor from a mini Moto. This is just, I'm doing this just to clean it out. In a couple of weeks I'm going to be upgrading my carb to a 19mm, hopefully. And it's not really that difficult. All you want to do is start off by taking this bit off, your overflow tubing. Just give it a good yank and it will come off. And then what you want to do is you go to the bottom. I would suggest taking this screw out first from the bottom and then tipping it out inside the drain or something where your petrol then won't be able to leak everywhere, but you know, it is still leaking a little bit, but it will just help a bit. So I'm just going to go clear this out. Put a little bit more tissue onto the table. And then make sure you don't lose this screw. If you want, once you've done that, you can go ahead and put this back on there. It's a very small screw, so try and not lose it. Okay. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to unscrew these two screws here, 1 and 2. Yeah? So you can just go ahead and do that. When the screw comes out, try not to lose the little washer around it. Okay, so once you do that, you go ahead and take it off. There might be a little bit of petrol that leaks out, but I cleared mine out pretty much well. And then you'll see your gasket. You can go ahead and just check that, make sure there's no cracks in it. And then you'll see your float. Make sure there's no petrol inside your float. And then you get your bottom bit. You can, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to clean that in a little while. And then what you want to do is you want to take the pin out from here. Just tip it a bit. You see the pin starts to come out. A bit of an awkward place. Let me just do it this way. There we are. Pin comes out. Try not to lose that pin. This bit comes out, and then that bit comes out inside there. My one doesn't hook onto anything here. So you can see my one doesn't hook on. My one just goes in and that goes on top. So it's a little less complex. Make sure you don't lose any of those. And then once you've done that, you want to get some pliers and take out this. I haven't got any pliers with me at the moment. It's quite tight, so once I go and get some pliers, I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've got some pliers. And then what you want to do is you'll see two sides which are flat. Put the pliers around it and turn it. I'm going to just do this way so it's a bit easier. And turn it. And then you'll see that it starts to come off. Once it's loose, you can just go ahead and do it by hand. And that bit will come out. You want to make sure that there's a hole that hopefully you could, that is visible. I don't know if mine's visible, but it does look a little bit blocked. Give it a quick blow. Yeah, there is a slight hole, which you could probably see through there. But it's good to get a little pin and stick it in there just to make sure. And then what you want to do is get some petrol, some white spirit, and dip it inside. If you don't want to do that, then you can just get some carb spray and spray it all over that. So once I've done everything, once I've cleaned it, I'll come back to you and show you how to put it back together. Okay, so I'm back after cleaning the carb. Only took me about 5 minutes. I just sprayed some carb cleaner everywhere, inside and outside. I don't have any compressed gas to spray it with, so just really let it dry once you start to put it back together. One thing I'm going to say when you start to put it back together is the screws. When they stop turning, you want to stop, because the mistake I made was I kept on tightening it. I've ruined the screw and it didn't tighten anymore, and that was round here. So obviously now it's got a gap and it leaks petrol. So what I'm going to have to do is weld it, put a bit of weld around it to stop it from leaking. This happened a couple of months ago and I already knew about it, so I siliconed it and then the silicone broke. So today I've just thought about welding it on, that way it don't leak anymore. Another thing is that I never took my tick over screw out, because that's on the perfect setting and I don't want that to get lost. Otherwise I've got to re-regulate all of that, it just takes too long. And then first thing you probably want to do is get your bowl, put the float in. You want it with the rigid side down. As you can see, mine's got a rigid side and a flat side. Some of them are just flat, mine's got a rigid side. You want the rigid side down, and then you can go ahead and put this piece back in. Just screw it in. When it starts to become tight, just get the pliers and tighten it. Okay, and then you want to get this piece here and push it inside. Make sure that bit moves up and down. And then you want to get this piece and you want to push it over that. I can't remember what way my one goes. I think it goes in this way. Try to remember what way it goes in, will help a lot. And then get your pin and put it through. As I said, my one doesn't hook onto the little bit at the bottom, so it's a bit more difficult for me. You go put that bit through, all the way through there. There, that's where my one went. You can see it works perfectly. Yeah, make sure it runs smoothly there, up and down. And then you can go ahead and get your gasket. Put your gasket in there. Make sure it surrounds everywhere. Get your bowl. Put that on top. Get your 2 screws, 1 and 2. These are the screws that you most probably don't want to tighten too much in case they break, as I said at the beginning. So if these break, then you ain't going to really be able to do anything, unless you have to seal it all the way around with some kind of weld or something. And then just tighten these screws. You want to tighten them evenly, that way it goes down evenly. The gasket doesn't go left or right, it just goes down evenly. Just do it slowly, slowly. Keep going down, make sure this one's nice and tight. Make sure the other one's nice and tight. Okay. And then once you've done that, go ahead and get your overflow kit, your overflow tube. Put it back in there. And then you can go ahead and put it down through this tube in here. And then once you've done that, you basically put your car back together. Make sure everything works nicely. Make sure everything's nice and clean and everything. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment.